Welcome back to the channel. It's Whiskey Wednesday. Love it. Um, First things first, love this noise. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, I look forward to my Wednesday. I really do. It's so cool. Right. Let's get that back on. Cheers, everybody. I hope you're having a good week. And I can't believe a week's gone since the last time we did this. But anyway, cheers. Right, I've changed things a little bit tonight. I thought it'd be really appropriate to put my little silver tower in the background because I'm really it's 365. You're brilliant at this YouTube thing. That what a great concept you put out there, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's superb to see people having fun with something that's quite often taken very seriously, and quite rightly so. But yeah, it's really cool. I must admit, I've literally just watched Cobra Stacker's attempt. Well done, mate. I think you've got the record and you bring it back to the UK shores, which is really cool. But I couldn't help but absolutely, I was laughing through most of it because he sped it up and his voice sounded absolutely brilliant. But yeah, I found it hilarious. My wife actually watched it. She was laughing her head off as well. And my youngest boy was watching it. So that said to me, it's really cool because it's actually bringing interest from other parties that aren't probably quite as passionate as most of you guys out there and me recently about what we do. It's bringing in other people, and that can only be, I keep saying this, it can only be good for precious metals and investing as a whole, and bring awareness. But yeah, Cobra, that you're the man there. You're the man. And awesome that you hit your goal when you did your video this week. Well done, you. Yeah, superb. What a collection. Yeah, absolutely superb, mate. Very envious, but hey ho, why not? It's a good thing to be envious of. But no, mate, I admire what you do. Yeah, it's very good, very inspiring. 365, thank you very much. Obviously for pushing this. Hopefully, as Cobra said, it can get viral, and yeah, definitely bring awareness. But obviously, it's bringing new people to my channel, which I really appreciate, which is super. Thank you for the promotion, everybody. It's really cool. And I really enjoyed. Is it AG? Is it AG Stacker? Yeah, AG Stacker, American guy. That I loved his video, and it's so cool that someone's doing the same sort of thing, and then thousands of miles away. But it just seems like they're in your front room when you're watching it. Yeah, it's superb. What a community! The more I'm getting involved, the more I'm really appreciating everybody. Yeah, it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I was just about going to say something then. Oh yeah, and AG Stacker's short he put out afterwards with that music was just yeah brilliant. So creative, love it, absolutely love it, love it, love it. 365, glad you got your money, buddy. If you want to know what you want, what if you're stuck with what you want to do with it, please send it my way. I will find something to do with it. No worries at all. But no, cheers, bud. Well done for getting your money out. It's really funny, actually. The guy you mentioned in your last video. Oh, what was his name? Sounds like a Scottish guy. Ooh, the Gold Standard, is it? That channel? Interesting channel, actually. He obviously done a part two, and that's interesting. Yeah, he had the same problem as you. I can't believe cheeky gits. I will say I'll apologise if my language. This is the only night where I just want to be me. I do apologise if my language gets a bit dodgy, but there's no. I'm not being horrible behind it. Just sometimes I get pretty passionate over stuff and can't help say those words, which I'm sure we're all guilty of every now and then. But yeah, I can't believe it. Cheek that it's so interesting that under the disguise, which I get, and I think it's really cool that people within the banking industry. I mean, it's not their fault. They're obviously told what to do and what they have to do, and they have to follow those rules. Otherwise, they don't get a job and they don't get any money, and they can't live. Wicked world we live in. But yeah, you just sit there, and I just sit there and I think, yeah, right, yeah, cool. Why are you coming up with this bullshit about you give a monkeys about that person sitting in front of you? Yeah, fine. They may give a monkeys, but they only probably give a monkeys because they have to give a monkeys. I'm sure that lady didn't rush up to the gold standard young man and before he walked in and just said, "Oh, do you know what you're doing?" Oh, bullshit, did she? You know, they're following protocol and rules, and I don't know why they're not letting you have your cash out. Yeah, I can speculate till the cows come home, and yeah, a lot of it makes logical sense, really. They obviously don't want us to be using cash, but I think that's been on the cards for years, and it's been slowly whittled down. So, yeah, interesting stuff there. So it didn't just happen to you, 365, which is cool, really cool. What else was I going to mention quickly? Yeah, Foxes are doing cool, which is really great. Right, I never know where I'm going with this. There's no agenda on a Whiskey Wednesday, so that's really cool. So yeah, pleased. I thought I'd put my tribute to everyone else going out doing their stacking challenge, which is superb. I think I'm going to have to at some point come up with something else creative with it, but yeah, super cool. Right, okay, I had a couple of questions. 365, you brought up a question for me to answer, which was really cool, got me thinking today. And I think it was along the lines of, if I could buy only one coin for the rest of my life on a regular basis, what would it be? Wow. So, man, I had to look at this in two different ways because I was a little bit stuck, if I'm honest. And my short period of stacking, obviously, and collecting, I haven't experienced all these different, many gorgeous design coins and whatever. But I suppose I can't. I've got to try and answer it in one. Okay, I want to say the Kookaburra because that's one of my favourite looking coins. I don't know why. Maybe it's the birds and the nature has a massive appeal to me. The Perth Mint do a blinding job. The 2023, I think 2023 Kookaburra got stunning looking coin. Absolutely stunning. Got to be one of my favourites that I've seen personally up close to date. Is that something that I would, if I only had that choice? That's really cool. I love these because it really makes you think. On the other hand, it's got to be, I'm from the UK. If I was just going to buy one and it was just if I was looking at it as an investment, it would have to be probably the Britannia. It makes sense. Okay, there's nothing to say I have to buy it brand new, so maybe I can get it a little bit cheaper without paying like the massive premiums and VAT on everything. So yeah, if I could source the Britannia from an investment point of view, and there's no denying, when you look at those coins up close, they're stunning. They are absolutely stunning. If I want to put the Kookaburra next to it, I would pick the Kookaburra from a stunning point of view, but I'd have to edge and go with the Britannia if that's the only coin I could get, because that would make sense. Over time, I'd probably be able to buy more of them at a cheaper price if I was shrewd over time than I would possibly. So I'm thinking while I'm doing it, possibly with the Kookaburra. So there's that answer. Yeah, it's probably the Britannia. I don't want to say it though because I really like the Kookaburra, but hey, sometimes we have to just, you ask for one and that's the one. So Britannia, mate. Thank you very much. And I think you raised a question when you was talking about initially when you was talking about what stocks that kind of, and I think I addressed that last week. But I think you put in one of the comments about how do I dollar cost average, pound cost average, do I have a set amount that I like to dedicate into stocks, into this, into that? Okay, the answer to that one is no. I set myself some goals of how much, obviously you know I like Bitcoin, how much Bitcoin I wanted to get to and achieve, and then that was great. Anything more than that was a bonus in time. Gold and silver, same. Although I like to try and set those. I've obviously got to a percentage of what I wanted to invest in gold and silver, which is cool, but I can add to it. My stocks and shares, obviously, that's the same way I look at it. I've got to a stage where, yes, that's where I want to be, and in time, if I want to add, I will. The more I can learn from Camel and Camel Finance's channel, the more I can learn from him about how markets work from a pro, the more I might be able to allocate better and understand what I'm doing, really, to be honest. But yes, I always wanted to get that set amount, percentage amount into gold and silver. Bitcoin was another one. Stocks and shares. And also I like my watches. I think I've mentioned that before, which I achieved. No, I haven't achieved that because that's an ongoing, like everything, it's an ongoing process. But I got my core, which was really cool. And now from there, what I do, I don't have a set amount that I would allocate to everything. I'm very happy with what I've got. I'm very happy. So what I do now is, or what I'm presently doing at the moment is, I'm just concentrating a certain amount of money every month to top up. Not even top up, but there's a series of watches I really do like, and I'm buying one of those a month at the moment. So that's really cool. So I've got another 3 to get, and then I can call it quits there. And then depending on the markets and what I want to do, I'll probably split the allocation of what I was spending on the watches into another asset and build that slowly, or I may just split it up into, so much into one, so much into another, so much into another. I really don't know. I've got so many things I'm interested in and I love, and I'm also really cautious at the moment because I'm a firm believer that we are on at the back end of a big change in our financial system. So, and I really do not know what the outcome's going to be. Yeah, we can play and speculate till the cows come home, obviously, but I'm not privy to know what the higher ups in all these different institutions, and our banking institutions, in our money institutions, in the government. I haven't got a clue what they're doing. So yeah, I've got a little bit of precaution over what I'm doing at the moment. The watches I'm buying are not overly expensive in the big scheme of things, but they're a really nice series, and while I've got the capital, although 1 or 2 of them are pretty hard to get a hold of, but I've got some people looking for me, so that's really cool. So yeah, I'll probably complete that in a couple of months, and go from there. One thing I will do though is I will discipline myself to and I'm going to bring a video out about this. I'm going to discipline myself to make sure that I'm buying a silver or gold on a regular basis, because when I compare it to watches, it's quite cheap. So I don't want to lose that, really. God, this whiskey's nice. Oh, was that the same? 365, was that the same whiskey? I'm sure it was what you have for your birthday from your wife, was it? Highland Park, you probably can't see it very well on there. But Highland Park, I'll show the box. Have a look at the books. You can't see, I've got it so flipping dark in it. Let's put a light up. There you go. Was that the box? I think the bottle looks similar, bud. Like that. Quite nice. The design on these bottles is amazing. God, what was I talking about? Jeez, I rabbit on so much. Don't know, lost the train of thought there. Saying about... Yes, I know. Yeah, I had an idea today, and all about trying to get people involved and trying to... There's loads and loads of videos out there, quite rightly so, and people are really proud. I'm proud of what I've got. I love to show it. It's not as much as people like Cobra Stacker and many other people like that, but it's irrelevant. It's not. Your circumstances depict what you can have, and your preferences depict what you have. And I'd like to try and put that across in a lot of my videos for anyone new watching, or anyone new sitting there thinking, "Oh my God, I really want to do that, but I can't afford this, I can't afford that, and how can I get that?" Well, it ain't about that, It's I want to try and promote. Slow and steady wins the race, And so I thought to myself, yeah, I mustn't let that go with my silver and gold. So I'm going to probably commit. I'm going to do a little video on it. Probably commit myself to encourage others to buy one a week or one a fortnight, 1 ounce of silver, or every month 1 gram of gold or something. Just start little. So, and then maybe hashtag it in a way that, and get everyone promoting, like, yeah, we did this. It's cool. You're part of the club, we're all doing the same thing, So that's a little idea going forward. So that'll keep my interest going as well. It's all about giving back what it is when you get to my age. Well, I think it is anyway. So I love it. Absolutely love it. Right. What else was I going to say? Mentioned something. I can't see what I'm doing. I've got it too dark in here. Nuts. I know. Shiny Precious Metals. Man, love your channel. It's raw. It's not puffed up to anything, or what you get is what you see. Absolutely love it. You obviously looks like you live in a really nice part of the UK somewhere. I presume the UK, I don't know, which is really cool. You mentioned, you brought up the other day, it wasn't specific to talk about tonight, but I thought that's going to be another video I'm going to put out. You was mentioning that not a lot of people talk about property. And funny you should say that, and I thought I was going to mention it tonight, and I was going to get some Monopoly houses and hotels and put it out on a board and talk about property as an investment. But yeah, not a lot of people do. But then the Stat Collector sticks out a video, bless him, today of his new investment, and love it, so yeah, the investments are all about lots of different things, and yeah, property's a minefield. I could go on and probably get very passionate and start swearing my guts out about property and how that has been, in my opinion, totally... I think it's a scam. What's happened with property is terrible. But yeah, that's another video for another day. I'm sure. We might even get into it tonight. I don't know. I really haven't got a clue. But he mentioned that, and then he mentioned... Oh yeah, he asked me. I put a video out during the week under one of the trees in my garden. I think I had my old Atari game out, and I think that it was along the lines of how things change so quickly, and technology's changing everything, and we mustn't forget we're in a digital world now, and things are changing. Anyway, it brought up a few people were talking about the bully in it, and we was talking about the show through the comments, which was really cool. It's really great. I'm glad I'm not the only older person out here that remembers this stuff. But he was saying he remembered Pong, which was really cool. And I think Camel mentioned something. He remembered the Retari. God, I've hardly had any whiskey on Atari game. I think the Stack Collector. He remembered playing golf on the Atari. I think it was the Atari. I'm not sure. Shiny Precious Metals. He said he remembered. I don't know. He might have put a date on it. He remembered playing the original, or one of the original Pong games, which was basically like ping pong, table tennis, which is basically on your screen. If people don't know, there was the dotted line in the middle, which was the centre of the court, so to speak. Two little dashes, one on the left, one on the right, and you controlled if you was on the left or the right, up and down, and a ball, like a little dot that used to go across the screen, acting like a ball, and it actually made the noise when you hit it. You could make it go faster by hitting it at an angle, or it was revolutionary, really. I remember playing it. I'm not sure whether it was on the Atari. Back in the 70s, I believe. God, my age. Back in the 70s. But yeah, I remember that. Anyway, he asked the question, what's the earliest game? Well, that's probably got to be the earliest video game that I remember playing. Atari, like, the video gaming thing, that I'm not sure that was the thing that took off the video gaming world, but even at a young age, things were being brought out very archaic to today's standard. But back then, things were being brought out just as quick. It really moved on really quickly. I remember a game called Intellivision, which was like unbelievable in comparison to the early Pong games. You could play Space Invaders, and I don't know, what was the other games we used to play? It was a game where you used to bounce up and down and pop balloons. Bomb Jack might have been another. Bomb Jack, was that a game I might have played? But yeah, unbelievable. And then later on, you got the Space Invaders, the arcade games in arcades, and then that all transferred into video games as that got better and better and better. The technology got better and better and better. So yeah, that's amazing. So yes, Shiny Precious Metals. That's what I played with. That was my first recollection, anyway. Yeah, I'm sure it was. Yeah, definitely. And I'm nearly out the Highland Park, so probably within another Wednesday, we'll try some Bushmills, which would be really cool. So, cool, God, bloody hell, 23 minutes already. That's nuts, isn't it? I like this effect because when I puff on my vape, it gives that eerie, spooky, bit Halloweeny, isn't it? Really. It's funny, absolutely funny. So, what can we talk about? I know debt ceiling. That all these things have an effect on what we're trying to do from an investment point of view. So let's have a bit of a laugh with it. Yeah, no surprise there. I was kind of hoping that. And this is terrible because I wasn't really wishing for it, but I just wanted to know what would happen if America defaulted. But I think everyone knew that they wouldn't. I mean, if you've got a money printer sitting there at your disposal, I'm sure all of us, if we had that opportunity, would use it, wouldn't we? As long as it didn't have a detriment effect while we was in power, kick it down the road job. I think they're going to really struggle with that, kicking it down the road job, though. personally. So yeah, my mum always said money doesn't grow on trees, but apparently it does, to the ones that are in charge of the money tree. But hey ho, well, what can we do? I've said it a zillion million times. It pisses me off, to be honest. But you can't do nothing about it. You can have a rant and a moan. Geez, while I'm at work sometimes, I'm having my lunch and I'm watching something and I just go mad in my head. Really fed up. But then I sit there and think, well, what can you do? You got to find a way around it. Definitely got to find a way around it. Nothing more, nothing less. Don't let the buggers get you down. Don't let them beat you. And come up with a way. Pardon me. And the interesting thing is this inflation. I don't. I'm not even trying to attempt to sound like I know what I'm talking about. But I've got a bit more of a better idea now than what I've ever had. Purely because I wanted to understand more about my investment process. How are they going to tackle this inflation lark? I have no idea. When they're going to print money like there's no tomorrow, that obviously creates so much inflation in its own right. That's without price inflation. That's the money inflation going on the money printer. And then you've got price inflation, which I'm sure some people, cheers everyone, I'm sure some businesses use that as an excuse just to charge you more money, but let's not be too cynical out. Hey, but nearly said my name then. Idiot, that's the whiskey. So yeah, it's going to be fascinating from my point of view because I've been watching the markets this week, and as I will keep saying, I have no idea how it all works. But from a logical, as you all know, I'm a plumbing and heating engineer, so I like to look at things logically. I like to work things out logically. I know that doesn't always, it doesn't always work that way, but I do like to work things out logically, and it has to make sense. And at the moment, I can honestly say that none of it makes sense. How things can go up one day, go down the following day, based on. I always presume that everyone wants stability out of a marketplace, but I'm not so sure. I don't know whether that can be achieved. Camel's the man that explains it more on his videos, more than I can. I will butcher it to my knowledge, but I just get really frustrated with it. It's I know it's part and parcel of everything, but oh my God, it makes it so hard. I can only imagine. Now I'm in with my investments. I'm invested. I'm in it. I could sell it all up. God, I won't. But I could sell it all up and go and do something else, I suppose. But I'm in. Now, if I was new, looking at it now, I would think, oh my God, what do I do? 1 minute it's up, 1 minute it's down. What is this with that? Without, you could try and appreciate, volatility over a month, but the volatility that's going on, it's almost on a daily basis. It's incredible, which only tells me that there's some really weird shenanigans going on somewhere down the line. Because I always thought a marketplace, I look at it like a market down in your local town, and you can go up to the guy that's in charge of the market and say, are you having a good day today? And he says, no. And I say, why is that? And he said, not a lot of punters buying much. Well, that makes sense. He's going to say no then, and he says, market's not doing well. So then if you apply that to the market, the financial market, I would logically look at that. Well, it's demand. If there's lots of demand, then it'll do okay. But it's like, well, one day it seems like everyone's rushing in, and then the next day everyone's rushing out. It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre in my eyes. But yeah, probably people like Camel and maybe many of you are quite quite used to it all. But for me, it's just logically, it's not making a lot of sense to me at all. Um, yeah, very strange, very strange. But I will say, um, it's not looking good. I can't see how you can fight an inflational process by just printing money all the time and more. 4 trillion, 4 trillion over 2 years. 4 trillion. That's ridiculous. That's like back 2020 style amounts. Well, not quite that amount. And we all know what happened in 2020. Um, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, and I I feel for the young guys nowadays that want to try and plan. Um, well, it's still well, okay. I, I have to listen to my eldest son. He's 26, 27 nearly. Chatting away about him and his friends, and they're carrying out getting like massive mortgages still. And I just sit there and I think, oh my God, what are they doing? Do they know? What are they doing? What do they really understand that possibly buying a house, getting into debt up to your eyeballs, and then trying to live with a cost of living going through the roof, and there's no sign of that getting better. There is no sign. If there is a sign, please let me know where I can find it. Um, what I just feel sorry for them, because to ignore that is just crazy. I say to my son, just keep your money, invest it into something, let it try and accrue something for you, and then wait and see. Like, just wait and see. Wait and see what happens. Jesus, it's another 6 months, man. It doesn't matter. Crikey, it's the rest of your life. You don't want to have that bloody great big chain round your neck for the rest of your life, and you never know. Your investments might, you know, add to the value of what you can put down on a house in the future. So, yeah, where's all that advice? Where's all that good? I would say good advice from your mums, your dads, your uncles, your granddads, your nans. Where is it? Hopefully, being passed on somewhere down the line. So, yeah, I get really passionate about it, and I think I swore to myself a zillion million times listening to some stuff today. Um, Hopefully, I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Somehow. Another subject I wanted to bring up tonight was, you don't see, is there many female stackers, collectors in the precious metals marketplace? I've seen a couple in America. And for the guys that have been in the UK stacking for a hell of a lot longer than me, I've been going a year and a half now, I think, roughly. With any type of conviction, probably the last 8 months, 9 months maybe. Yeah, what's the feel in the UK? Is there many people from your stats on YouTube? Although I'm still trying to get my head around those. Are your audiences mainly in the UK? Is it growing in the UK? I'd be interested to know if you can let me know in the comments, or perhaps someone can do a video that's been doing this a while and give me those stats, because I'm really interested. Because we're not a big island, but we're a very wealthy island with a lot of history. Some good, some bad, just like anyone, anywhere. So yeah, I'd like to know that, and definitely the female side, because the temptation for me is to keep saying guys or lads or whatever, or talk in a laddie format, but I keep forgetting, like, the you ladies out there have a very important role, just as much as everyone else, and it'd be nice to hear some British lady voices on YouTube with their perspective, because we've all got a different perspective on life and what you can do and what you can't do. So yeah, that'd be cool if you could let me know. Are there very many female stackers in the UK? Because I haven't seen any, but then I haven't really looked that much. So yeah, so that's my rant on a Whiskey Wednesday. Hilarious. Mate, I keep thinking of Cobra Stacker's video. Oh, we was all laughing, but yeah, it's really cool. Hopefully that stays over in the UK for a while, but I'm sure it won't. There's a lot of people out in that community, which is really cool. Yeah, love it. It'd be really cool if I could do this live. Hey, did anyone notice in that little preview video I did yesterday that I found chatter for the background to make it feel more like a pub? I thought that was quite funny, actually. Even my wife said, like, where did you record that? And I said, over the studio. It sounds like a pub. And I thought, yes. And she's super critical of what I do. So I thought, yeah, and I achieved that, which is really cool. Carry on being creative, guys. I love it. It's not the be-all and end-all. It's just I personally like to see it. The creativity's the golden age of unlocking ideas in your head. And like the stacking video, you know, that inspired someone else to put a challenge out there, which is really cool, because I was just playing on a Sunday, just thinking, oh, what could I do with a short? And I thought I had my tubes of 2 tubes of Britannias out, and I just thought, oh God, let's just have a play. And I was just putting one on top of the other, and then I'm thinking, that looked cool. I did do it slightly differently, and that led to the gold one, which was a nightmare, but very enjoyable, dealing with that amount of gold, brand new, and it's not mine. But the photos are coming out really well. I've been doing those this week. They take a while to do because I'm really finicky over how I like to present stuff. But yeah, they're coming out pretty cool. The other thing I wanted to mention, it seems to be the big thing, being new to all this, you do giveaways at certain milestones. Well, I can't. I've got to thank everyone yet again. I didn't even think I'd be doing this, saying thank you for subscribers, but it's happening, and thanks to a lot of support, great community, which is absolutely superb. It pushes me on. 365 is one of the biggest inspires that pushes me on, and hopefully that pushes him on as well, which is good. It's good for us all. But what was I going to say? I've started about to think, milestone probably, for me, one was a milestone. It really was. My wife just said, you won't get any. What are you doing? But yeah, that's, I don't know. It is a bit weird. It is strange, but it's really cool, and I really appreciate it. I'm loving it. I see it ain't easy doing this. You've got to enjoy it for sure. It does take up quite a bit of time, but it's good. It's very similar to how I do my photography in a way, which is great, and it also addresses. I call it the mental health, talking to yourself, going crazy during the day outlet that I've got personally, which is really helpful. It's a great way for me to express myself and hopefully be of use to others. Anyway, what was it? Get back. Come on, Andy. Andy. No, I said my name now. Idiot. That's the drink. It's terrible, isn't it? Hey ho. It doesn't matter. I don't care. That's the drink as well. What was I talking about? Subscribers, yeah. So yeah, to start to head towards 100 is crazy. No, I've never thought. So I'm thinking about what I can do. I don't know, I want to be different to what everyone else does. That's me. I'll always try and be different. I don't know whether I can come up with something different. I might incorporate some photography in it. I don't know. But yeah, I'm definitely going to think about it. I'm not even going to try and think about later on, beyond 100, because just getting to 100 is going to be cool. So yeah, I'll think about that and I'll come up with some ideas and let you know what we're going to do as a channel for the 100 mark, which is fantastic. Cool. I think that's it. I think the whiskey's going to my head. I did have a gin and tonic whilst I was watching Cobra's Cobra's video. God, I love that guy. He's just great. Absolutely great. Cobra, if you watch him, I don't actually love you, but you probably know that, don't you? Well, I hope you do anyway. So yeah, that's me wrapping up. I think that's gone on long enough, 3/4 of an hour. Oh, the other thing as well is, man, wouldn't it be cool to do? I might try and work out how I do these live. That'd be cool. I'm not sure I can handle that technically. Well, yes, I can handle it technically, but I'm not sure my head would handle it technically. And also, I would love, if anyone else wants to, is to extend this into a one-on-one with someone else at some point. Because I think you can be really creative with that, and almost, I've got some ideas which would be really cool on how you can do it and how you can promote it and how you can bring a different way of putting these sort of videos across, but make it seem more real than what this is now. Obviously this is real, but the tower looks really cool. It's really good. Anyway, I'm rabbiting on. Thank you so much. If I've missed anyone out and I should have mentioned someone, I'm really sorry. I think that's about it for this Whiskey Wednesday. I'm looking forward to the next one already. There's a lot to I expect there'll be quite a bit happen between now and next Wednesday for lots of people to consume and talk about and make videos about. So yeah, look forward to seeing you all in your videos. Looking forward to seeing more stack videos. Hopefully the record stays in the UK, and I'm sure it won't. Somehow someone's going to push it to 120, and then someone will work out how to push it to 130, and then yes, it will get, yes, cool, it's great. And as Cobra said, it's fantastic to see it go around, because it just brings attention to what we're all doing. And I will say it again, that can only be a good thing for all of us. So that good. Cheers everybody, love it, thank you. Yeah, I think live will be really cool once I can work out how it works, because then I can actually say hi, rather than you watch this on playback. Because now, although with these ones I don't edit them, I just bang them straight into YouTube, and off we go. So see you later, take care, wish you all well, take care of yourselves, enjoy what you're doing, look after yourselves. If you've got families, look after each other, love each other, and God bless. See you later. Bye.